on, y'all. If y'all want to do a question and answer, we can do that. We can hop on here and do a Q&A.
Turn the volume down a little bit. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Okay, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
coming
Good
in from
morning.
Houston.
Okay. Well, I was like it's about 1 p.m. here since afternoon. I'm in North Carolina.
I was just commenting in the live stream about how I wanted to talk about things that like scare narcissists, because I know narcissists don't perceive uh fears the same way that most normal people usually do.
hmm Uh, they actually do. So it really just depends on what do you mean scare? What do you mean scare the narcissist?
Uh I don't know if all narcissists are like this or if only my ex-husband's like this, but they are comfortable with being bullies, but they're not comfortable with being bullied.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of where the double standards of dealing with narcissists come into play at. Like, you don't get to do the same things that they get to do. It's just like, it's not just in a relationship, it's like in life in general. You don't get to do the same things that that narcissistic person gets to get away with. Everything carries a different weight to it. You know what I mean? Like, literally, everything carries a different weight that comes along with it and everything. So, yeah, he can be a super bully, but he doesn't like to be bullied because that shows you the kind of the insecurities that bubble to the surface about them not being able to take criticism or handle any type of confrontation and things like that. So that kind of comes with the territory you're dealing with a narcissist or toxic person, as I like to say as well.
I had really toxic tendencies while I was with him that got like worse over time as I kept dealing with him when I kept figuring out that like he was a narcissist. Uh, and I almost got like addicted to the toxicity of it because I was like, well, if it turns out you're not really for real people, then I'm not going to treat you like one and I'm going to be as toxic as possible and see how you can hang with that. And so I would do things to like emotionally crush him and like verbally degrade him and things like that. And it got to the point where I got the reaction that I wanted. He left and stayed the fuck away from me.
Okay.
Like, I
So
don't
yeah,
recommend it. It got kind of violent for a second there, but like, I don't know. I got the result I wanted. He got away from me and I didn't have to deal with him anymore.
yeah. That's what I was going to say. I was like, results may vary in
Yeah.
situations like that. You know what I mean? Results, so y'all hear that. Results may vary. So if y'all try to play the narcissist game, because like what you just said does make sense though, because the longer you stay in a situation like that, um, the more you can become addicted to the toxicity. It's like normal ins and outs of life with that person. So you become addicted to it. And then when you get out of the relationship, a regular normal relationship probably doesn't feel the same. You're like, this is kind of boring. So a lot of people when they get out, are still in there, kind of still in it mentally. But just from
Yeah.
talking to a lot of people about that situation right there, what you just described.
I stayed out of relationships completely for 2 years before starting the current relationship I'm in now. And
Okay.
even after explaining to him like the kinds of things that I went through and what kind of things I was dealing with, because he was my friend throughout my marriage and we've been friends since like childhood. So
Mm-hmm.
like this person I'm with now, he's known me for a long time. And
Yeah.
I explained to him, I was like, I'm not a hoe that needs saving, and I'm definitely not your hoe to be saving. So don't worry about it. When I get out of this hole, I'll let you know. And
Yeah.
whenever I finally was able to finalize my divorce, I was like, hey, guess what I finally did? I got out of my cage. And the thing was, like, even with knowing him and him being my friend first and him knowing me decently well beforehand, I was terrified of being in a relationship. And anything that was positive or caring of him just looked like a manipulation tactic to me. One of the things
Yeah.
that broke me psychologically is that, like, I couldn't differentiate for the longest time between a manipulation of love bombing versus a genuine act of kindness and being sincere and being loving.
Yeah.
Like it
Which
looks the
happens a
same
lot.
afterwards.
Well, it looks the same because, like I said, love bombing. I always tell people in the beginning of a relationship to kind of get past the love bombing stuff is to find a way to say no. People like narcissistic people, toxic people, whatever you want to say, they hate rejection and boundaries and things like that. So if you learn how to set boundaries early on in a relationship, it can help you avoid most narcissistic people. Not all of them, because some of them will play the role, but it can help you avoid a lot of them. Because when you say no and set a boundary, they'll tend to kind of push against the boundary, push against it. Like, you sure you don't want to do this with me? It's fun. I'm love bombing you. It's fun, totally fun. And you say no. They're like, well, to hell with you then. I'm sure there's other people out here who would love to have a person like me do this for them. You know, so it's a it's kind of go back in and out, back and forth type of stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, this one is.
So, more about you and yourself. What led you to being more enlightened and deciding you wanted to be like self-aware as a narcissist? Like, how did that journey like kick
I,
off?
I mean, I've been self-aware pretty much my entire life because I think most people have a level of awareness to who they are. They just don't know what they are doing and why they are doing it. You know what I mean? It's just like most people don't know why they do what they do. They know what they're doing, you know, but a lot of people don't know what propels them to move forward and do manipulation and gaslighting and lying and the cheating and all that other stuff. Um, so for me, always knowing I was different and feeling, having my inquisitive nature. My wife actually called me a narcissist about 5 years ago, you know, and I looked it up, and it kind of that's how the journey went. And I'm always trying to, I've been working on myself, personal development wise, for about 15 years. 15 years total since I was 21 years old. So that thing, yeah. So all of that just kind of leading to therapy. So therapy for me is kind of like an add-on to my personal development journey. It's not. It's not. And most people will push against therapy because it's just not. It's therapy, but for me, therapy is just additional personal development. So I've been doing therapy for 4.5 years now, and I'm this is year 5. It'd be 5 years in October. So I have a YouTube video on it. It's a very long. It's a longer story, but my YouTube video is on it. If y'all want to know the full story, it's on YouTube. So you can
What would
listen.
you say is like your most satisfying thing about this journey so far?
Just the growth. Not social media growth, more along the lines of personal growth. You know what I mean? Personal growth and just mentality change and just seeing the world for what it is now. Just like seeing the world in a better light than what I used to see. Because I used to always feel like people were trying to attack me and come at me and stuff like that. I still feel that way here and there, but I understand perspective in things of that nature now. A little bit more perspective on this.
Also, by the way, I wanted to compliment you on your gas station video of like, oh, it's such a nice day to be pumping gas. Why are you
Oh,
here? Like, bro, I was cracking up, especially the whole like, well, don't worry, your love credit is perfectly good here. Like, no.
Uh, people were staring at me while I was filming that, but I was like, "Fuck it, I'm saying it now." It was too late. Now I was sitting there
Yeah.
doing this back and forth, and I was getting in and out my car, and then it was just
You're like, I
random.
already started this video. I got to see it all the way through. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
finish it no matter who's staring.
yep. I gotta finish it now. So I like to do those videos. Those videos are spontaneous too. It wasn't planned, so I wasn't planning on doing it. But I was pumping gas, and I was just like, "Oh, should it'd be the perfect time right here, y'all." It'd be the perfect time. So yeah, I just do those. The spontaneity of those videos is kind of funny. Somebody's
Nice.
laughing.
I meant to be on your live with my video camera on, but I was in the middle of like typing a
Hey,
message, so that's why the camera's not on. I don't know if there's
what
a
is,
way for me to change that.
this is my first time doing. I typically go live on YouTube and other platforms, so I don't know how to. I'm kind of an old man on TikTok right now. I feel like I don't know how the functions work. So
Is
you
it
get.
okay if I jump out and jump back in?
I mean, you can try it. Yeah.
All right, let me try that.
Right. Boom, 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 boom. So, anybody else? What is going on, beautiful people? I got about a few more minutes, y'all. Somebody, I think more than one person can hop on here too, y'all. So y'all can interact and all that other good jazz. How do you do that there? Oh, there you go. Hey.
All righty, I did it. Now you can see my face.
Oh,
Nice to
there you
meet
go. Hey.
you. I'm Cass. I'm a tattoo artist, Army veteran, and a mom.
All right, nice. Hey, Cass,
Also
how you doing?
bipolar. So there's like not a whole lot of mental stability there unless I actually force it and give it a for real attempt.
And so when you was talking about how you were playing his own game, like you got there's some spice going on there. You was like, I was manipulating him back. Like there's some spicy energy going on there.
So
Like,
growing up, my mom, I'm pretty sure, is a narcissist. If she's not a narcissist, she's at least a sociopath. Because like this bitch has no regrets. She doesn't have any accountability. And it's always either her way or the highway. Always, always. So I was kind of like used to that, and that was one of the big things of like if I run across anybody that has a personality somewhat familiar to my mother's, I don't want shit to do with them.
yeah,
Uh, then I was in the military for like the end of my childhood and through my early 20s. So that also didn't help with my temper. And then after getting out of the military, I was a titty dancer for a little bit. So that gave me manipulation tactics and ways to size up people in other ways that I didn't have while in the military. So between those three things, it was kind of like easy for me to navigate through stuff, but I didn't really function like people, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have a whole lot of empathy and I don't have a lot of sympathy for people, especially when it's like self-inflicted kind of situations. I'm like, boo fucking who, bitch? Like, why are you surprised things turned out bad if you made bad decisions?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the world can lead you down that path right there. But so did your ex remind you of your mom in some way?
No, he presented himself in like the most hubby of all hubby ways that you could have ever like wanted somebody to be. Like he did have a problem with substance abuse, but he cried, like actually shed tears talking about how like he just needed to get through a detox this one time so that way he can stay clean finally because the detox was like so difficult to get through. And he knew that I had helped other friends like actually detox and like get off of drugs. And they're like 3, 4, 6 years sober now. And he was like, well, like if you could
Yeah.
help me with that, I can be a better person or whatever. And I was like, I guess I can. And at first he was just kind of like a fuck buddy. And then I was going to cut him off because I was like, well, yeah, you're a good lay, but you're fucking chaotic and I don't want shit to do with you. And after getting him detoxed, he was like, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. And he's buying me groceries and he's maintaining my car. He put up security cameras at my house, was doing all these things. I'm like, I've never fucked with somebody before and had them go husband mode on me. Like, I've gotten dickmatized and I went wifey mode, but I've never had somebody go husband mode. And so I did the usual thing that I do when I start relationships. I throw down every red flag that I have. I'm like, do not pass go, do not collect $200. I'm violent. I haven't like just not beat up any boyfriend I've ever been with. I have bipolar disorder. I already got a kid with one baby daddy. You don't want to be baby daddy number 2. This is a bad idea. Don't do this. And he told me something that sounded really romantic at the time. He's like, there's no kind of pain that you can inflict on me that I haven't already gone through and survived anyways. Like I can
Yeah.
hang with. And there's nothing you can say that's gonna hurt my feelings that bad. They're just words, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I ended up making him cry. I made him like ugly cry, and he tried to be insulting with me one time, talking about like, well, this marriage isn't cool and this and that and the other thing. I don't remember what exactly his complaint noises were, but I looked at him dead in his face, and I was like, no, you're right. I was like, this is my fault because I didn't have better judgment to pick a husband worth a fuck.
Oof.
And he like started ugly crying. I was like, that's what you get, fucking telling me dumb shit. Like I'm not gonna tell you nothing back.
Did you like when he was crying? How did you feel? How did you feel when he was crying?
Kind of powerful. I was like, oh, so it is possible to break you. Bet. I was like, since you wanted to keep making me the villain, like I didn't try to make you better before. I was like, I'm gonna be the worst villain you've ever ran across. And so now he like cries in his sleep about me.
Yeah. Woo.
Like it's
No,
all fun and games until you find somebody more psycho than you. Now it's not fun
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you sound like you had a leg up on him in the toxicity department.
He
Shit.
thought I was playing when I told him I had been to like freaking like psych floors in the military and stuff. And I was like, no, baby, they let me out of Iraq for being too dangerous. I made Iraq too dangerous during a combat deployment.
Yeah.
Like
Oof.
you, like the whole army with the full psych med cabinet could not get me to chill out and be calm. Like you're not gonna control me.
Yeah. So how long till y'all divorced now? You said.
Oh yeah, I've been happily divorced since 2020. Yeah.
Oh,
I wake up every morning happy that I'm fucking divorced. Like, god dang, so great.
is he happy that y'all divorced too? How's he feeling?
No. A typical narcissist is like, oh, like you're my wife and I still love you and I'll always love you and you know our love was real. And in his mind, he's totally against me and he's gonna take my daughter from me eventually when he gets custody rights of her, like in the court
Yeah.
somehow. Even though he keeps catching like new drug cases and can't keep up with his child support, doesn't have his own place and lives at his grandparents' house, like bumming off of them, and has a whole ass girlfriend now that's probably also a drug dealer. He thinks he's gonna win custody of my daughter and then win me back over, and then I don't know, like we'll end up reconnecting or something. Or he gets to just like take my daughter as a prize and tell me to go fuck myself, and I just don't get anything anymore. And He just has my daughter as like a fucking prize from our marriage, I guess. I don't know. It's weird trying to
Oh
like
goodness
make
gracious.
it through his like delusional ideas and stuff. I'm like, baby. I was like, since we've been divorced, I started my own tattoo studio that's in an art gallery. I've kept up with my house note all by myself like this whole fucking time. I got 2 new vehicles. Uh, and I started a modeling career on top of everything.
Nice.
I was like, meanwhile, you're broke. You live at your grandparents and you still can't stay off of drugs. Me.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, okay. It was nice talking to you. I think I'm let some other people hop on here real quick and whatnot. Just shoot me a message. We can set up a longer chat when I'm not because I
Definitely
got to
will do.
do a Zoom here
When
in a
I
few
go
minutes.
live, if you happen to be on at the same time, I'll shoot you an invite to like come on to my live.
Okay. All right. Perfect. 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 You shoot it to me. Okay.
Will do.
Uh,
Thank you for having me on. Mwah.
thank you. Thank you. All right,
Later.
bye. Oh, I can't. This red shirt makes it hard for me to see y'all. What is going on? Did somebody else send me an invite? I got a few more minutes. Y'all, I got a few more minutes. I'll do another one in a second. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack, y'all. The comments did not pass the vibe check. What was the vibe check, y'all? What was the vibe check? Uh, oh boy, so yeah, I love the unplanned chats like that because people I love the unplanned yeah we, we need a nap after that one. I can't. So this is. I'm glad I'm doing this live right now, so because I realize I cannot wear red shirts and read that and read all this other stuff. What is going on, y'all? Hope you're having a beautiful day. So yeah, somebody said need to get a nap. I can't. So I gotta move over here. Like I got this black background, but I can't see. My love just went to jail. Did you put him in jail? Did he put himself in jail? How'd he go to jail? You just yeah. Invite me, please. I think you have to send an invite, y'all. You have to send something. I said this is my first time doing this, y'all, on TikTok, so I have to get used to it. I really, really have to get used to it on here. Please talk to her. She needs deliverance. How do you get a narc to leave you? How do you get a narcissist to leave you alone? My love pulled a gun. Why you keep calling him my love? Yeah, you might want to take a step back with that one. My love put a gun on you. So yeah, I'm gonna do another one here. Did somebody else just send me in? So who is this? My demon is my best friend. I got you next. I saw your name pop up on here. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear? Can you hear me? Boop boop boop. Do they come in and out of your life? I thought somebody was hopping on here. Can you hear me? I don't know if she wanted. Oh, there you go. Sorry that. Do 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 do. How did you become self-aware? You can't get somebody else to become self-aware, y'all. You really can. Do narcissists not like? Can y'all hear me? Why do they stonewall?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on,
Can
man?
you
How
hear
you
me?
doing? Yeah,
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What is going on today?
Not much. I think the first step to
Oh shit, did it go out? I think his audio went out. We'll get him to come back on in a second, y'all. I think his audio went out. Did somebody say my real name in here a few minutes ago? Somebody said Demon. Oh, Chelsea. I was like, I see Demon. I was like, who in here knows me? Somebody here really know me. Any tips on narcissistic mothers? How are your kids? You abuse them too? Yeah, everybody gets the abuse, y'all. I'm just the most abusive person in the world. Can you unknowingly be a narcissist? Yes, you can. You can definitely unknowingly be a narcissist. That's definitely on the thing right there, y'all. So I'm gonna try this. Hold on. How do I send an invite? Yeah, I don't. I honestly, I don't know how to. I think I just hit some. I think I just hit another button. Yeah, I'm learning how to do this on TikTok. I'm a practice on this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's going on?
Okay, so I got a question. I feel
Shoot.
like the my daughter's father, I feel like he is a narcissist, right? And
Okay.
like he took me through a whole lot of shit. And like me, I feel like I'm an empath and like I want her to have a dad, but like I don't want her to have to deal with the shit that he does. So like what's some advice? Like should I just cut him completely off and like eventually tell her when she get older like your daddy is, not shit, but like what is some advice that you would think that I should do with him being a narcissist and me being
So
an empath?
so in what capacity is he involved in her life right now?
Shit, he claims that he misses her, but he doesn't show. You know what I'm saying?
I would say
Like,
claim.
yeah, like he'll randomly say how he miss her and shit like that. He don't help me financially, but you know what I'm saying. And it's just I don't know what
Who
to do.
who does
Like
he tell he
some
misses
people
her?
tell me to like force him to be a dad, and I'm like, I don't think he's gonna fucking listen. So like,
Yeah, but how do you force someone to be a dad though? You know what I mean? I feel like you
exactly,
can't. Yeah, you can't do
exactly,
that. You know, they have to actively, they have to want to be a willing participant in parenting, in fatherhood and things like that. So you can't force him to do that. Um,
absolutely.
how often does he see her?
Well, I moved. We don't live in the same state, but when I
Okay.
lived there, like he would be around. You know what I'm saying? He would see her, on a day to day basis. But once we like fell out the last time, he started being more distant, telling me he was gonna come see her and never show, and just stupid shit like that.
Hmm.
But now he's like saying he wants to like still be a part of her life and come to her
But how?
birthdays and shit.
So
Hmm.
you said it works though. He said I still want to be a part of her life. How old is she?
She is 9 months today.
Oh, so she's a little girl. Okay, I thought you were about to
Yeah,
say.
she's a baby.
I was about to say like I was going to go a whole different direction. I'm like, well, get her a phone that he can just communicate that with. No, don't want to
Okay.
get her a phone. So
Yeah.
I feel like what you have to do now. I'm not telling you to disconnect from him, but I just feel like
Hmm.
what you need to do is just live your life right now the way you're living it. I feel like you can't, this unnecessary contact. Like, what is he? Does
Yeah.
he video call? What does he do anyway? There's nothing you can really do right now
Hmm.
because he doesn't have any kind of like. You're going to be the biggest influence in her life, not him. Especially if y'all live in
Right.
different states. So
Yeah.
you're going to be the biggest influence in her life, not and like I guess if he comes around, how far away does he live? You said different states. Is it
Oh,
like
I
neighbor?
live in North Carolina. He lives in Indiana, so that's
Oh, okay.
way,
All right, so
way
you
far
buy
away.
me. So you
Yeah.
buy me. I'm in North Carolina.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah. So he's way far. So yeah, you can't like this. This sounds like long distance, parenting right there. So
Yeah.
it's just like, has he been to North Carolina yet to see
Yeah.
her?
He came here when I had her, because I had her in
Mm-hmm.
Chapel Hill, so he flew out here when she was born, or
Okay.
whatever. And he claims that he went because her birthday is in September, so he claims
Yeah.
that he's gonna come to her birthday. But I don't really fuck with him, and I just like I feel like my job is to protect her, and if it's
So
you know what I'm saying, cutting
he
him off
he
for
gonna see her
good,
once a year.
huh?
So he plan on seeing her once a year, like on a birthday every year.
He said birthdays and Christmas. You know, that's what he says. But
Yeah, that sounds super. That sounds super disconnected right there, though. But so I just feel like
yeah,
yeah, I feel like you have to kind of remove you, like, so it's not really, yeah, not it's not about you and you versus him or you and him. I
hmm,
just feel like now it's just yeah, that's somebody said part time dad. That's like less than part time. That's just like
yeah,
that's like a seasonal. That's a seasonal dad right there.
hmm.
He works at Target over Christmas or something like that. That's not like that's seasonal. That's seasonal parenting. Like after
Yeah,
he said it.
hmm,
He said birthdays and Christmas. That's a
yeah,
seasonal. You know what I mean? So I just feel like now you have to. I mean, unless he's going to help out financially, whatever he does,
hmm,
um, there's nothing you can really do unless he plans on moving there, or if she gets older and he tries to take you to court for parenting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then I just feel like how would that work right there though? The baby would have to fly to Indiana back and forth
Mm-hmm.
around holidays and things like that. But that's gonna be some disconnected parenting right there.
Okay.
So it just sounds like more along the lines you'll be a single mom now.
Yeah.
Dealing with him trying, I guess, unless he tries to come back in the picture some way, shape, or form, because being there for the birth and then saying, "Oh, I'll be back for Christmas." Like, so he didn't come to this Christmas.
I brought her to Indiana for Christmas. I
Okay,
took her. Yeah.
okay, but so he hasn't seen her since Christmas.
Yes, we stayed there for a few months, so we came back in April.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so we stayed there for a few months, but it was a whole thing when I went out there. Like, I found out a whole bunch of fucked up shit that he was doing.
yeah,
Like, just, he's just a sick ass person. And I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing by protecting her from him if that's
yeah,
what I need to do,
yeah.
you know?
I feel like you just got to live your life and just love on her. You know what I mean? Because like
Absolutely.
I said again, does he seem like the type of person who's going to take you to court to co-parent or something like that?
And that's funny you brought that up because he's threatened me with it, but it's like the nigga, no, oops, sorry, I don't know if I can say the N word, but
You
but like
said it now.
I know, right? I'm sorry, but like um he has threatened me with it, but he don't have a job, like no car, like he's the type that likes to live off women, and like you want to threaten me to take me to court. He's never gonna win, and even his family tells him like you're not gonna win that. You don't even
Yeah,
help me financially, you know.
yeah. That's rough. So I was to say this. That part right there, it just sounds like you're dealing. The power is in, like with most narcissists, the power, or toxic people, the power is actually in the threat. The
Hmm.
power is like by threatening to take you to court. That's the power, because by actually doing it, you give up that power and you give up that control right there. I just feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta kind of just live your life now. Just unless you're gonna be going back and forth to Indiana, because you said he has no car or transportation to get there. So it just sounds like it's gonna be more on you than anything.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
thank you so much. I just wanted
All
to
right, no
see your point
problem.
of view.
Popping on. My daughter and my son both born in Chapel Hill, so that's funny.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
But all
that's funny.
right, thank you again. It was nice talking to you.
All right, likewise. Be safe.
All right, you too.
All right, bye.